Hi, Julie here from Ballet Bar. How are you today? Today we're going to have a chat about anxiety, because this is something that's come up a few times in the last couple of months, before Christmas and after Christmas. Quite a number of people have made contact to say, hey, I've got somebody in my world who is struggling a bit with anxiety. What can I do in terms of essential oils to help that? And honestly, the first question is, how does that manifest? Because I think the thing is that anxiety is something that everybody experiences, and it's completely normal. It's not problematic to experience anxiety. It becomes problematic when it starts to drive your decisions, or gets in the way of making progress in your life. And I think with children, tiredness, or even with adults as well, tiredness really comes into the equation. So the first question is, how is this manifesting? What are the things that spike it? Is it lack of self-confidence? Is it just feeling run down? Is it reluctance to go into a zone that's kind of new to us? There are different triggers, but I think the thing is to be just aware that it's something that we have to experience in order to grow. So from an essential oils point of view, because the essential oils interface with the part of your brain that controls and regulates emotions and memories, essential oils are very impactful on this. Just be aware though, if this is an ongoing thing or it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, you need to mention it to a GP. And I think personally, if you have a GP that just says, sure, here's some anti-anxiety medication, head for the hills. Because yes, sometimes you do need medication and intervention, and other times you need to step back and think about, well, what's going on here? Where are the triggers? Is it too much, or is it a fear of going ahead? So, but anyway, getting back to the essential oils, there are a number of different oils, and the thing is, it's kind of like creating a recipe. So you have to find out really what works, and experiment. I'm going to give you today some go-tos that I always recommend, and a lot of them are to do with relaxation, stilling the mind, stopping the worry, because worry is a big part, worry of the unknown, worry about what could happen. That's a big part of anxiety, but so also is fatigue. So my first go-to is marjoram. It's very nurturing. Marjoram lends calming and puts perspective on a situation. So it really is like going to stop. I'm just going to step back from this a minute and just take another look at it after I've taken a few breaths. And that is what I personally always recommend. I've worked as a fitness professional. I've never studied nutrition formally, but done a lot of nutrition studying. And those are two other things that can really, really impact positively. So step back and take some, diaphragm breathing is a really, really good tool to use when we're thinking about anxiety. Now, marjoram is a really good all-rounder. It deals with doesn't deal with it, assists in the case of managing hyperactivity, lends contentment to a situation, and it partners really, really well with lavender. So those are two that I usually go to straight away. Some people really don't like the smell of lavender, so in that instance I would go with frankincense as my partner to marjoram. Frankincense is usually the third aspect that I'll bring up when people are talking about nervousness or anxiety, because frankincense is in its own right one of the calming, has the effect of stilling the mind. It's used in meditation practices quite extensively. It has been for centuries and partners well with almost anything. But frankincense is a bit of a hero because it's like a supersized meat. When you partner frankincense with another oil, you will get an amplified impact of the first oil. So marjoram, lavender, frankincense are often my recommendations, where I like to use 2 or 3 oils together. And again, it's about this whole recipe thing, so taking different aspects from different oils, and as you get to know them, you'll recognize that they have different effects when partnered with different oils. where people talk about worry, you know, when you're awake at night and you're worrying about things, that is where I would bring mandarin into the mix. All of the citrus oils are quite good in the situation of anxiety, worry, lack of contentment, because they're all uplifting, but all of them have slightly different impacts. So the citrus oils, which we'll talk about on another day, are lemon, sweet orange, mandarin, bergamot. I think that's all of them. They're all lovely, they're all uplifting, they all belong in an anti-anxiety kind of a blend, but they have different manifestations. So mandarin is the one that I go to where somebody says, you know, worrying. Bergamot is what I would exchange it for if they're talking about, I'm just feeling really nervous, I've got butterflies in my tummy. That's where I'd switch mandarin out for bergamot. Subtle differences, but they do make a difference. So the other citrus oil that often belongs in this anxiety situation is orange or sweet orange, because orange is a citrus oil that just it enables open-mindedness. So looking at a situation with an open mind, teaming that with marjoram, which lends contentment, and frankincense, which is all around kind of a settling of the mind. You can see there'd be a situation where that would be a really, really useful trio. So it's just coming to understand which of those different aspects you're really needing on that day and experimenting. Orange is great with everything. It's got this exuberance, it's got this creativity in its persona, I guess you'd say, and overall, you know, a good all-rounder. Lemon is not the one that I'd choose in this particular situation. It's good in lots of situations, but I wouldn't use it in the case of anxiety or worry or even of sleeplessness. But orange, yes. Bergamot, yes. Mandarin and sleeplessness, yes, if it's worry that's keeping you awake at night. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. I am not a medical professional, but I do have a lot of experience in this area of creating blends for people, seeing what works. Those are all inhalation blends that I've mentioned today. When we talk about massage blends, we take a slightly different focus, and we'll come to that. I'm just working on some little personalised massage blend products at the moment, which I'm really looking forward to talking to you about some more. So yeah, I got through this without it raining and without any children yelling at me for something. So you'll better sign off now while the going is good. Have a great afternoon, and yeah, be in touch. Bye. Oops.